We all need to realize that the internet is a bunch of people pointing fingers without taking responsibility for themselves.
Fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name.
Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is a breath of fresh air when a person, man or woman, can admit that you're wrong and they're willing to share their pain to make sure that other people do not make the same mistakes that they did when it comes to the previous decisions.
Okay.
But nope, we have people that cannot just take the good and leave the bad. There are people that will damn you if you do, and there are others that will damn you if you don't. But let's get into it.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like, something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was. And this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to.
We have a lady who comes out to speak about how she was wrong in how she treated her previous relationship. Now, one thing that is important to note is that she is taking accountability. And how many times have we heard about the problem of women not being able to be accountable for their actions? Now we have a woman that is accountable or trying to be accountable, doing better on the public platform. And we have people that are telling her that she's stupid, she's dumb, that she's the reason why people cannot be happy in relationships because so many women are like her. So what is the point of taking accountability if when you try to be better, people don't want you to be better? People want you to stay afflicted so they can have a punching bag for whenever they feel bad about themselves.
Fuck.
And this is why I say that you cannot really please people, because no matter what you do to make yourself better, there are always going to be a sect of people that want to make you feel bad because of what you do, what you have done, or who you are. Wait for a second, I gotta ask a question. Have y'all subscribed to this channel yet? I know you are enjoying this video, so make sure you subscribe so we can fly. Back to the video.
You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy. Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men, back to back to back. That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way that I saw leader, how I viewed it.
You know, the funny thing is that in the world that we live in, there is a mixture of different types of people. There are good people that have experienced bad people. There are bad people that have experienced other bad people. And there are good people that experience other good people, but for some reason it doesn't work out. And there is such a thing as two people getting together and it not working out because they are two different people looking for two different things. So whenever a relationship doesn't work, sometimes or most of the time, it has to do with two people not putting in the work to be where they need to be for things to work out the way that they want. And this notion of just blaming one gender, blaming somebody, now sometimes does somebody take the bulk of the majority of the blame? Of course. But it's not always the woman's side, because for women to complain about men being the problem, just as how men are complaining that women are the problem, there are or is some truth when it comes to those two statements. Because no matter how good you find somebody, no matter how perfect you think somebody is, if you have yourself on a pedestal, your pride will eventually lead you to killing whatever you have or whatever you found, because nothing is perfect.
Knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest.
And that's the self-work that each and every one of us has to go through. Other people will say that this lady messed up, that the guy is going to be fine. But by all means, we don't know who this man is. We do not know who this man was. But what we do know is that the woman is choosing to make the right decisions. And because of that, I will wish her the best. I will not expect her or say that she's not worth anything simply because she appeals to the side that we want to hate. And this is the funny thing. Trauma has no respect of accolades. Trauma has no respect for status. Trauma has no respect for looks. If you think that you're so high and better than somebody else because of what you've accomplished or because of your marital status, which nobody knows whether you really have a happy marriage or not, if you think that you're better than somebody else or a different gender because you have all these things, and because of that you can choose to do whatever you please, trauma will have a good time humbling you to making you realize that you're just as imperfect as everybody else. Which is why everybody needs to go through a sense of healing, because if it's not going to affect your relationship, it will affect your friendships. If not your friendships, it will affect your business or your job, whatever it is. And owning up to something that you did wrong is always the first step to making a better decision in the future. So, will everybody be fine? Yes. Does the internet want everybody to be fine? The answer is no. But thankfully, the internet is not real. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share.